Oh, yeah. All right, man. Welcome back to the Let It Off podcast. I'm Alex King, and I'm here with music insider, producer, contributor of culture, Templeton Wright, and always the amazing host of the show, Kicking It with Simone,
yes.
journalist and creative guru Simone Dixon, where we talk about hip-hop culture, hot topics, and things affecting you and our community to help you get, a couple things in your week and let off all the bullshit. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of bullshit we got to let off this week, man. Episode 6, man. We fucking here.
Yeah, you got it right this time.
It's really episode 7 to me, but to y'all it's episode 6.
It's 6, yeah. We've been in the groove, though. I'm proud of us
definitely.
thus far.
Yeah, I love it. I love the way that we've been rolling.
We've been doing some things. Yo, shout out to a lot of, a couple of listeners, Amir and everybody that's been sending
shout out to Amir, bro.
Cigar
Shot
Talk.
Goody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Najee Chill.
But we back. We back with that amazing content that you love because we talking about something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we follow up on topics, I hate keep following up on this one.
I know. I'm getting tired of talking about
Hey,
it.
man. Drippity Drops brother, man. Bring him back.
Yeah,
Bring him back.
I'm so tired of talking about him, but just to give you guys a quick update on Jussie Smollett.
I fought the fuck back.
Despite the fact that his character disappeared from the show, Jussie cannot seem to disappear from news.
Not at all.
So Jussie, he was indicted by a grand jury on Friday with 16 counts of disorderly conduct for filing a false police report. Now, according to Vox, Jussie could face up to 64 years in prison if convicted, with each of the 16 charges carrying a possible sentence that ranges from probation to 4 years in jail.
64.
That's a lot of years, bro.
64 years. That's OD. That is OD. Considering there are people out here doing much larger crimes, and he just, even though it was wrong, he faked an attack. But 64 years, that's a long time.
I think niggas really knew, because I didn't know. Remember, I was like, nah, we gonna support him, boom, boom, boom. But now I'm thinking of all the details and things that wasn't popping up to me.
Yeah.
Hey, look, ain't nobody going for no meatball marinara after 2.
Exactly. Try to tell y'all niggas.
Subway is never that worth this, especially in Chicago, right during the coldest nights.
Exactly.
I ain't going to no Subway, DoorDash,
Postmates, right? Uber Eats, somebody.
So many other ways to get food.
I'm a millionaire,
Right, and
okay,
I'm walking.
I didn't put all of that shit together.
Right.
I'm a millionaire working on a dark street.
Right.
Dark
By
street.
myself, and with no heavy coat on, and it's
Sub-zero
brick.
temperatures.
It's brick outside. Do you guys think it's fair that the police are trying to make an example out of him?
That's what they do. Police want to be celebrities too, bro.
I think so, honestly. Especially the way that these press releases have been going. Every time they come in front of the camera, they always have some kind of dramatic speech to say.
They got a makeup team.
It's they do.
They got a makeup team. Hold on.
It's yo, shouldn't y'all be focusing on the crimes instead of just talking about the crimes and shit like that? But to say it's fair, I agree, and I also don't agree because I do think that Jussie should be prosecuted. But 64 years for lying, my nigga? That's excessive. I don't know if he's gonna get all 16 counts.
Right.
And I'm kind of confused. Oh.
No. If he gonna get all 64 counts, no. You tell. Look. What? I don't know,
man.
I feel like the only song he gonna be singing. You know what I mean? That's the only song he gonna be singing.
That's OD.
Let me chill before Lee Daniels get the rights to that.
Right. Alex, you
man.
did bring up a big point about not believing at first, but I do want to point out that a lot of celebrities and personalities, they say they lost respect for him. They are outraged by his actions and lies. But Queen Latifah actually shared with Yahoo News. She says, "The guy I've always known has been someone who cares about people, who cares about others, and who's very kind, and who's always been cool and sweet. And that's just the guy I know. So until I see some definitive proof, which I haven't seen yet, I gotta go with him until I see otherwise."
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
There's still a part of me that is still sticking with him, and I still believe that he's innocent. I joke around, I play around, but I still think there's some part of me that thinks he's innocent because we heard so much.
Yeah.
And he has had a platform to actually explain himself. But then with all of these details with, the check and the text messages, that kind of sound like definitive proof.
Exactly.
And I don't want it to be like that because he seemed like a good guy,
Yeah.
And I know you feel like, not that the show is going down or anything, you're getting swallowed up inside of the character and you're trying to get out of that. You're trying to elevate your bag. You're trying to get the opportunities that Taraji's getting, what men want. You see everybody else getting all these opportunities, New Edition. and you're staying in that same character making less than everyone else.
Right.
Very true.
So it's like,
I get the anger and the frustration.
and you get the way that nowadays celebrity is based on clout. We talked about that. What are you doing on the internet? Why do you deserve this bag?
Right.
Monique, you haven't, nobody's talking about you on the internet. Why should you get, so it's looking like, damn, you don't really know anything that you're doing outside of Empire.
Right.
I got to create something.
Exactly.
I got to
Yeah.
Tekashi this.
Right. What about
My
you, Tim?
issue-
Does her comment change your perception on Jesse?
No.
Niggas rob me. Niggas rob me.
Nah, fuck that. My issue with that statement is that people forget that nice people can do some not so nice things. Like,
Yeah.
he might be a nice person. Like, he could be like really friendly and
say that
very
one more
genuine
time?
person. Nice people can do some not so nice things.
with the gems.
Know what I mean? I did it myself. Like, just because, like, we talk about this all the time, like being able to separate people from the things that they do. You know, like we talk about it a lot with R.Kelly, who we're gonna get into a little bit later.
Yes.
Being able to separate the artist from the criminal, and I think that's a case of that. It's like you want to believe that he's a good guy because, like, look at him, man. He's like all light skinned and like all soft looking. You don't want to believe that he did this thing, but
Right.
nah, the nigga did it, son. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, don't ever trust the skin tone. The lightest skin tone is the one that do you the most wrong. Not coming at light-skinned people or anything. Come on.
at that.
We've been through that slavery. That's why
Damage control. Fix it.
I said, look, that's why I don't leave my phone that close to her. Yo.
Listen. We gonna be getting into R. Kelly sooner than you think, okay? So let's get right into it. Mr. PP Sniper, like Alex said last week.
He was letting them off.
Right. Mr. PP Sniper is back in the news again this week and using tears as his bodily fluid of choice.
And he knew where all the cameras was.
Exactly.
Right there.
He knew the setup.
You know what a camera look like, nigga.
Exactly. Kel sat down with Gayle King to make his first public statement since these new allegations have come about. The interview lasted about 80 minutes, but the world was buzzing about a few key moments where R. Kelly was crying, screaming at the camera, and, making outlandish outbursts, and just a whole bunch of shenanigans. Do we have a clip?
That you have never held anybody against their will.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
That sounds crazy.
This nigga right
I'm
here.
so sick of this fool.
You know when you used to lie to your parents and they caught you? Nah, I didn't even do it. That's just because Raheem down the block had
Right.
to... Yo,
and then
nigga.
He invited me out, so I went.
So it wasn't my fault, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Yo,
Let me ask
listen.
y'all, what was going through your mind watching this interview?
one of the most innovative and best freestylers, because he never wrote his songs. He can't write or read. One of the most innovative and best freestylers. He was like, like just
I'ma
free.
come up with some
I'm gonna come
shit.
up with some shit.
Nah, I wasn't feeling
was
it
going
at
off.
all. He was going off, and it was like, I feel like he thought that if he was emotional that we would believe him and
Yeah.
be on his side. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like, because you're so emotional, I feel like you got something to hide.
Gayle,
Carried on
yeah.
too much.
Yo, Exactly.
Gayle is the epitome of a teacher that didn't fuck with you all semester and you trying to change that ethic to a beat.
She was like,
She's like,
unbothered.
Miss King, look, I came into your class every day.
Right.
I did assignments. I didn't sit in front. I joked around a
Alex.
little bit, but I'm trying to. Look,
Alex.
I'm trying to change.
Templeton,
Look,
Robert.
But look, I'm not a class clown like Rocky. Why
Exactly,
Rocky,
yo,
why
he
is Rocky?
be talking shit about you all the fucking time,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yo, remember that
Gayle-
time your apple was missing? Yo, he stole that shit.
Yes.
And look, Gayle, we know this is a wig. We know this is a
Listen.
wig. I never said nothing about that.
Gayle
Word.
handled herself complete, like to a T.
Yo, word, she was out there just chilling, just
Yes.
like, I don't care about
Yo,
nothing you saying right now.
look.
I know you lying.
Look, yo, Gayle's poise. My God, I'm telling you, that's like really the teacher
Yes.
shit.
Nah, OD.
Do y'all think, you mentioned about him carrying on and stuff, do you think that this is going to have any effect in his case?
I think that, I mean, R.
'Cause he
Kelly's
just got
already-
arrested.
It kind of
Yeah.
moved me a
For
little bit.
child
I was like, yo,
support.
this is
You moved him a little?
good. No, I thought it was fucking good.
Nah, I
It
thought
was a cute act.
I didn't
I'll
like
say
it at
that.
all. I wasn't fucking with it. I was like, bro, if this is what you're trying to do to like win us over, it's
Yeah.
not working
It's
at
done.
all. It's over for Kels, man. Like, he's going to jail.
I'm
He
not
has to
gonna
accept
lie.
that.
me and my brother was actually just talking about this, and he brought up an amazing point. He's not going to jail.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so either.
You know why?
Why?
He's fighting the same exact case from the same exact video that he already beat.
No,
Like,
isn't it a different video?
It's,
It's
not a
new
new video.
allegations,
I thought it was a
though.
different video from the same girl.
No, it's the same girl. It's a different angle.
Different.
Really?
Oh.
It's like a different angle, correct?
Oh.
But I think there's new audio. You know, give me that 14-year-old pussy, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
Honestly-
said, "Oh, that's double jeopardy. You can't bring up the same thing again, right?"
Yeah.
No,
I don't think he's gonna go to jail either. Only because didn't he just get arrested for child support and he posted bail for $160K?
Supposedly
No,
a
he
fan
did
put
it.
the
Oh,
money
yeah.
up.
Really?
Fan did.
Fans did.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. If we got any fans like that on Let It Up
Word.
podcast, I need about 20,000.
I'm just
But
trying to live.
I don't think anything's gonna happen to him, honestly.
Damn, that's sad,
But
man.
one more thing happened to him. He got a little bit hyper. You know when you're trying to change that motherfucking grade.
Just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Stop it. Y'all quit playing.
Quit playing with Kels.
I didn't do this stuff.
He didn't.
All that patting and shit.
Exactly.
Cut that out.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
Nope.
You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly.
Look how she fucked him up.
Word.
At this point, we went through his grades through the semester, and we came to the fact that he never handed in his midterm reports.
Exactly.
Like, that's that teacher shit.
Facts.
SNL also took a jab at this whole situation where Keenan played R. Kelly and Leslie Jones played Gayle King. So I think that just goes to show you how people do not believe his shenanigans.
Not at all, man.
Let's hear some of that.
Why would I do these things? For 30 years.
This right here was crazy.
It was.
Hold on, listen to
I
this.
y'all trapped in the closet. Feeling on your
booty.
age ain't nothing but a number. And so many other clues.
And so many. Robert.
Clues.
Robert.
Yes.
Robert.
And just so
Robert.
y'all know, despite all these allegations, people are still out here defending R. Kelly, including two of his supposed girlfriends, Azriel Curry and Joycelyn Savage, who were both highlighted in the Surviving R. Kelly doc as victims. They came to his defense during their interview with Gayle King, and it got very spicy.
That's crazy.
We have a clip of that.
You know, R. Kelly's girlfriends, they're young ladies and everything, but they literally have not broke. They have not broke. Like
Yeah,
they
surprisingly,
stay
yeah.
consistent with their energy. Literally, you know, let's hear some of the things they had to say.
Brainwash at his best.
You think so?
Yes, we'll get into that after the clip.
They've been brainwashed by Kelly and now making explosive allegations against their own parents.
Both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, with music or wherever it could be. And they're just very upset.
The two women
Yeah.
It's all about the
But
money.
Azriel Curry was the one who was actually crying, say if you're stupid if you believe it and you're ignorant if you believe. And for me as a female, I just think it's sad that they have been brainwashed by Kelly so much they don't even understand that they're trapped. And that's the thing that upset me the most. It's they don't even know what they're going through is a problem.
Facts. I just want to ask Azriel, what's good with your singing career? Because she's the one that
Facts.
came on as a singer
Right.
at
She could
17 or
sing,
whatever.
too.
Yeah.
I ain't hear you on no tracks.
Do you feel like
I ain't hear you no features.
Do you feel like anybody would want to hear her sing now because of she was with Kelly?
Somebody
I'm sure they would.
Somebody, some sick motherfucker out there definitely wants
I'm
to.
sure they
Somebody
would.
that put up
Put her on.
$160,000. Hold on, let me. Can I get a ding? Damn,
Hold on, my
hey,
bad.
nah, my
He ain't getting no love.
When his shit be buzzing, he be at.
Right. He
Adding
on point.
claps to his shit. Goddamn.
My bad,
I know.
bro. My bad. I'm slacking.
You ain't slacking.
I'm slacking,
But
bro.
during the
that shit
interview
was
too,
crazy,
Gayle also suggested that R. Kelly tried to interfere with Azriel and Joycelyn, giving both of their sides of the story. She said that when they would talk, that R. Kelly would cough just to let them know that he was around, so to stay in check.
That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy.
Hey, that shit don't ever work for me. Simone, I be like, yo, Simone, still going crazy.
She looking at you like, nigga, you sick?
Right?
Yo, get out of
You
here.
need a cough drop,
That's great.
Shout out to her. She made some ginger with that ginger what?
Yeah, I actually did. I hooked up something for us. It has whiskey,
I don't drink
sweet
so.
potato syrup, and
With a
ginger.
big ass cup of Taylor Port right in front of his
Hey,
computer.
I'm from
Yes.
New York. That's like water.
No, it's not
That's
water,
like
nigga.
water.
That's just poison.
Hey, man.
I'm like a mixologist now.
Look, my water comes through clean, and shout out to everybody in Flint that doesn't have the opportunity to have clean water.
Yeah.
On a happier note, musician, actor, and Mr. Fresh Prince Jr., Jaden Smith. Karate kicking, Mr. Miyagi,
Yes.
all of that, is now helping bring fresh water to Flint, Michigan.
Yes.
Come on, bring him a hand clap.
Definitely give him a hand clap.
Because ain't nobody else doing that shit.
Right.
He built a whole machine. Hold on.
Black people.
I'm gonna handle this one. That's cool?
Yeah.
All right. Look, Flint suffered from a water crisis back in April 2014 that we all know, and they decided to stop buying water from Detroit and, start taking efforts into their own hands. The Flint River, in an attempt to save money, Flint has since gone back to the water from Detroit, but it affects the switch that the city had unsafe and contaminated tap water to this day.
Yep.
But, Jaden and his foundation have joined forces with First Trinity Missionary Baptist Church and built a portable 4-step filtration system called the Water Box. In an attempt to deliver more clean water to citizens of Flint, the church has already given 5 million bottles
That's
Yes.
a lot.
of clean water to the community.
Yes.
Amazing.
But let me
Yes.
tell you something that
Yes.
Jaden did. That's cool. Right? All right, y'all gave 5 million bottles of water.
Right.
But then I got to keep giving bottles of water. How about I build a filtration system that should help you immensely take the donations to the city and have a constant decline and basically clean the water. Instead of just putting new bottles of water, like you could bring your dirty ass water.
Yeah, and clean the water.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And this all goes in the effort that he had with Al Gore and his dad. They started the Just Water program, which actually gets pushed out in cardboard boxes, so it doesn't have any effect because cardboard can easily be breaking down like paper. So let's give him a hand clap.
Oh,
man.
definitely, man.
Celebrities doing right
Yes.
things.
I love seeing people actually doing things that they claim that they do because, like, one, I had no idea what was going on in Flint. It's one of those things that you never really hear about. So the fact that Jaden is still helping and assisting these people with getting them clean water, I'm like, why do they still don't have clean water? And I did a little bit of research and I was looking into it. Like, after they switched over to getting water from Flint back to Detroit, they were doing it for I think it was about 2 years that they were getting shitty ass water, and all the contaminants were breaking down the pipes. So now all the pipes are full of a pollution and all this crazy. So now they have to replace the pipes. So in an effort to save money, now they're spending way more money to replace the pipes, and they had to spend more money to even switch back. So now it's like, what did you really do all this shit for?
Do you want to know why you don't hear that story no more?
Because they don't want to hear that?
No. Do you want to know why you don't hear that story no more? You want to know why nobody's changing that? You want to know why there's no foundations going into that? You want to know why that's just a hot topic for the week? There's a very few cities where the population of African Americans is more than the population of whites. New Orleans is 61.2% black people. Flint, Michigan, right under that, is 59.5%. That's why. Because it's a black issue.
Yep.
Ooh.
Look. I said we could talk about anything. I'm going to always bring it back to let you know.
Bring it back to us. Yep.
Yo.
They don't really care about us, bro.
They don't.
What? They don't even care about us. Hold on. Is that canceled now?
No, let me tell you. No. I don't like how they trying to bring down the King of Pop. Let's get into it, man. Okay, so the Michael Jackson documentary, the HBO documentary Leaving Neverland, it looks like the cancel culture is coming to the King of Pop.
Not the King
which
of Pop.
I don't appreciate. But anyway, we're going to get into that later. HBO released a 2-part docuseries detailing the abuse of the 2 alleged victims, James Safechuck and Wade Robinson. Y'all, I don't know if y'all watched You Got Served, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
I watched
that
actually,
was that way.
Like 4 days ago, I watched You Got Served, and I was like, oh, shit.
That was that way, in case y'all don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so, and both Wade and James were recalling to times where Michael, this is what they said, where Michael would take showers with them, introduce them to kissing, mock marriages, masturbation, and performing and receiving oral sex, and many other disturbing claims. Now they
disgusting.
No, don't say that's disgusting.
It is.
I mean, it is.
Let me
It
say,
is.
Let me say
Let me
something.
finish
Keep that
real
same
quick, though.
energy that y'all niggas had.
Let me finish real quick. And I know you feeling real hot today. We're going to get to that. They also talked about how their lives were affected during and after their abuse, suffering from depression, their families being torn apart, and becoming dependent on Michael Jackson. So, you guys know, unlike the R. Kelly doc, which received an overwhelmingly amount of praise praise and support from the women, Leaving Netherland has received mixed reception. On one hand, you have radio stations in New Zealand and Canada announcing that they will no longer play any of Michael Jackson's music. The creators of The Simpsons pulling an episode that featured Michael Jackson in an unaccredited role off air. And Oprah basically publicly denouncing her support of the pop star, which I'm kind of shocked because I thought her and Mike were cool. So
Facts.
yeah,
I want
I'm not
her to
feeling that.
also, word to Nick Cannon, I want her to also publicly denounce the actions of
Harvey
Weinstein.
Exactly. And, you know, on the other hand, we have cities like London putting that Michael is innocent. They're putting that on ads and buses and, you know, reports on the Sundance Festival and playing his music and stuff. So for me, I just think that it's really messed up how they're trying to portray. Let me just first of all say that I don't believe the document at all. Let me just start with that. I just think that, for me, I think it's for clout. And I don't believe how, like, watching the documentary, if someone, and I've never been assaulted, so I cannot speak on how, you know, your emotions would be. But for someone who was sexually assaulted, you would think that when you're talking about what has happened to you, you would cry or something. You'd have to, like, stop for a minute. First with them, and then their mothers talking about the situation, and they're like, oh, you know, Michael, he was beautiful to us. No, as a parent, you would be upset as well that you trusted someone around your child and they molested you.
Exactly.
And outside of just, you know, I never want to say I don't believe, I don't this and that. I wasn't there. But just to support claims, keeping that same energy, molestation in the community, in a black community, is something that we are taking very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But things that don't support the stories that they're going for, especially, you know, one of the victims was dating Michael's niece, who, yes, it's Googleable. He was dating Michael's niece and said, yo, this is a ploy for money. He ran out of money years ago. And he came up with this whole plan. Like, she wrote against this. Now, look, this is all after a FBI investigation, a 10-year FBI investigation.
That's
you
a
know the
long
feds
time.
don't play.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Hey, niggas envy ya. they get motherfuckers off the streets. Niggas envy ya. Blicky got the stiffy ya.
Yeah.
Michael had the stiffy, huh?
Oh,
They're trying to figure that out.
No, he didn't. Like,
Clearly,
That's what they're claiming.
Clearly, according to evidence, he didn't, because after a 10-year investigation, according to one of my sources, and it's also Googleable, him and his family, after many other lawsuits and a 10-year investigation by the FBI, it had came to a conclusion that there was no evidence found nor any foul play ever. And he willingly let them even probe his body.
yes.
He let him probe this body, which actually mentally he feel like set him back.
Yeah.
He put out a whole statement like, look, just to get this case out, just so you guys can know that I'm really not doing anything, I got completely naked and let them probe, picture, video, analyze my bed, analyze everybody that had any claims. Now, mind you, a lot of people like to try to equate a lawsuit, a buyout, a settlement as, oh, he's guilty.
An admission of guilt, yeah.
But a lot of times when you're in a settlement, you're going to settle because paying a lawyer as a celebrity is way more expensive than a
It
settlement.
is,
Paying
yeah,
out,
definitely.
exactly.
For example, the 50 Cent and Tiara Marie incident recently.
Yes.
50 Cent paid over $160,000 in lawyer fees, allegedly, to get $30,000 reward.
Right.
Would you have rather taken a settlement earlier?
Exactly.
You dig?
My issue with the whole documentary was that I feel as if we only really have the word of two people who are the victims. And one of them is kind of notorious for lying. You know, he was trying to sell off some of his merchandise to make money, and he kind of went on this whole tirade talking about, oh, Michael didn't do it, and then out of nowhere, now that you tried to sue him and then things didn't go right, now he did do it, and now you're speaking about it, and it's all kind of, it's weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that I don't believe the kid, but like when I was watching the documentary, the one kid in particular, Wade, I was just looking at his face the whole entire time, just like he doesn't look like a victim.
Yep.
And it's sad to say, I don't want to say like what a victim looks like, but like there's certain kind of like I got more emotions from the mom, more emotions from his sister, more emotions from the wife than I got from him. It just seemed like he was just trying to tell a story, and I realized that a lot of the abuse that they were talking about came from him and not the other dude, James. So after a certain point during the second part of the documentary, I'm just like, yo, it's still going on, and I'm only hearing from one person. So what's going on with the other kid? So the fact that you lean so heavily into Wade's testimony and seeing that he wasn't really that much of a credible source to begin with, it kind of like loses its legs a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
You know what doesn't lose its legs? that in 1995, Sony Music Publishing and ATV Music, which is owned by Michael Jackson, Jackson had purchased ATV Music, which included many catalogs, like over 50% of Sony's publishing. He owned all of the Beatles publishing. He owned 50% of the major music produced by Sony Music.
That's crazy.
Right? So once he passed away, mysteriously in 2016, Sony bought back all of Jackson's estate. 50% of the music that he originally owned.
Okay.
Beatles catalog. Like, when I say, do you understand who was under Sony? Like,
Yes.
ever in
Yes.
life? Like, every artist ever?
Exactly.
So, mysteriously, 2016, they bought all of his catalog back after he actually got it from them in 1995. Nobody, that's the thing. You know how all the stories Michael Jackson's broke, he never talked about. Bro, you own 50% of a major company's income.
I know.
I gotta say that slow.
I think that went over their heads.
I think it did too.
Bro,
Yo,
he
that's a
owned
lot.
the Beatles catalog.
Son, once you own the Beatles catalog, that's it, bro. You're set for, like, everybody in your family is set for life after that, bro.
Yo.
Yes, I also do want to add though, people are like, for some people who maybe like have mixed feelings about the doc saying like, Michael Jackson, why was he sleeping in the bed with these kids? What I want to say is like, and like you said is a good point, Alex, we weren't there so we don't know. But for me personally, thinking about the situation, we know that Michael Jackson was kind of like a big kid as an adult.
Very true.
Like his childhood was stripped from him, being, molded and masked into this, child star, from Joe Jackson. So I think that, I think his innocence and his childishness was mistaken as like, being a molester or being a pedophile.
Definitely.
But that, like, he was stripped from his childhood. So what do you expect? There are people out here who were in their late 30s, 40s, who still watch cartoons. Does that make like, I just... I
ain't going with that age-old trick he was thinking.
No, I'm firm in that.
I ain't going with that because ain't no childhood motherfuckers gonna make an investment for $41 million in 1995 and then it turns into $750 million in 2016 and nobody else but his family can get that money. So, of course. Oh, wait. No, back in 1992, he kissed the bottom of my feet. Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not falling for none of this stuff.
I hope it's not true. I hope, allegedly. But all I'm saying is it's a little bit fishy, man. You know, especially with this 50% of his catalog was worth $750 million. He paid $41.5 million in 1995.
Yes,
that's crazy.
And hold up, weren't these the same kids that came out years ago saying that Michael never touched them?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they're coming out.
There was even one kid that came out during the funeral service that said that, my parents made me say that he touched me. He never did anything like that. So now it's just like, why now all of a sudden,
I'm over it.
But wait, let's get back to the actual, because we talked about R. Kelly and the difference between why people are so against R. Kelly, but people don't seem to be really going for, why do you think that it's different? Like they're both sexual predators.
Right.
But why is it that Michael gets a pass?
I don't know.
And R. Kelly is getting thrown under the grave?
For me, I don't think that he's a predator. Honestly, I just think that he had like a childlike mentality and it was perceived to the media as like, he's doing something sus with these kids. Like, I don't know. For me, I don't think that he molested those kids. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say that Michael Jackson is completely like sane. There's definitely something going on upstairs. Like the man bleached his skin.
Yeah.
The man built a whole ranch for
Granted, I will accept that. There is something.
Yeah, he wasn't all there upstairs.
He had vitiligo.
He ain't got no vitiligo.
He did.
No,
but
100%.
he
I've
did
never seen no
bleach his skin.
vitiligo go away so evenly.
He didn't have it that
somebody
extreme
else who has
though.
vitiligo?
Who?
Not to like say anything about it, but Terrence J. So you'll see the effects of vitiligo over time. Like his hands have like a little spots on it and everything. But Michael Jackson's was excessive. They have early pictures of it. He did. Even on his death report and his autopsy, it showed he had advanced vitiligo. So, even if you see Shorty that Wiz Khalifa was dating, you know how hers.
Winnie Harlow.
That's an advanced form.
Got it.
So
But
Okay.
even the surgeries and stuff, like that wasn't like surgery and all that. Like
Quincy Jones talked about that. You're looking at Quincy Jones.
So you definitely are onto something, Tampa, about that.
Okay.
But
Dope.
we will have to get into your stuff.
I think we're about to get into my stuff.
Yes. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to get into our resident music contributor, Templeton Wright. He's going to go ahead and tell you guys what you should be on the lookout for and new music that's coming out.
Hey. All right, y'all. So we are kicking off a brand new segment here on the Let It Off podcast, specifically focused on music called Most Listenworthy. Now, every week I'll be going through all the new music that comes out and picking the tracks that just have a little bit, some extra, a little bit of oomph, a little pizzazz, a little bit of flavor. And I'm going to be deeming those tracks as my personal most listen-worthy tracks of the week. We're also going to be doing song reviews and album reviews for those major releases that drop. This week it was a little bit slow for music, so I kind of want to go back into last week's releases because we did have some big releases dropping, starting with Solange. Solange dropped the album out of nowhere, like legit, like she did some promo and then 2 days later the album was out.
Right.
So Solange dropped her fourth studio album, When I Get Home. It's been about 3 years since we've heard from the Houston singer. Her critically acclaimed album called A Seat at the Table dropped in 2016. Solange enlisted the help of many talented artists like The Dream, Metro Boomin, Gucci Mane, Earl Sweatshirt, Tyler the Creator, Cassie, Scarface, like a bunch of people. Cassie was on there. Yeah, she has some vocals. I think on, was it Stay Flow? I think she has vocals on that track.
Okay.
I have to look into it again. But so expectations were set really high for this album. So my question is, did she keep her seat at the table or does she need to take a seat somewhere else? Uh-oh.
For me, and we talked about this before too, but for me, maybe because I was looking for like a trappy banger song, I didn't get that. So on the first rip, I was like, nah, I'm not messing with this album. But I mean, I wasn't listening to listen overall. I was listening for a banger. So last week, it was no seat. But now that I'm like seeing who you just talked about, I'll take a listen back again.
Yeah, to hear what their influences had on the songs and stuff. So that she has a seat back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You don't think she had a seat at the table?
I'm still, I'm not sure yet. Like I'm holding my judgment until later because I keep listening to the album over and over again because I do want to give her credit because I was such a big fan of A Seat at the Table that when I first heard this album, honestly, I didn't like it.
You want that Cranes at the Sky? I was about to say that.
Exactly. I was expecting like a Cranes in the Sky, like Don't Touch My Hair, records like that. This whole album just kind of felt like a vibe. And as you get deeper into your artistry, I understand that the sound evolves and the sound changes, and sometimes the sound evolves quicker than your fan base is expecting. What album was it from Kanye? Yeezus. That album was hated when it first came out, but years later, everybody's like, "Oh shit, this shit is actually not that bad," or whatever.
Do you think A$AP Rocky is going through something like that right now?
I think so. Yeah, but I think that now he's at the turning point where people are starting to like understand where he's coming from because there was a point in time where everybody's like, "What the fuck is going on with Rocky?"
Yeah,
like he don't sound like a New York artist anymore. Or whatever.
I was lost.
Did Rocky ever sound like a New York artist?
At first, I felt like when I first heard him, he did sound like a New York artist.
Oh.
On tracks on like, on Goldie, yeah.
No.
I feel like that was a New York kind of sound. But like, he did it on like a chopped and screw kind of beat, but it was still like a New York kind of cadence.
A$AP Rocky is a New Yorker to the bone, but A$AP Rocky is an artist. He pulls from everything.
No, definitely.
I think A$AP Rocky is an artist. What is it? Is a catalog artist in the sense of when he makes his type of art. You ever make a dream board and you cut different things from different things to make one? That's how I think he does. I think his art is very collaborative of everything that he loves in terms of art, fashion, music, traveling. Everything comes in. So Houston was in his shit. Drinking Lean was in his shit.
Yeah, definitely.
New York. Fashion was in his shit. You dig?
Yeah.
He's an artist that loves art, so it's an artist.
Yeah, I think they're both in that same kind of boat. Like listening to the album again, I'll probably listen to it for like a third, fourth time. I heard some other reviews, some people who I respect musically who loved it, some people who hated it. And now I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm getting what she's trying to do a little bit more. Sonically, the album is amazing. Shout out to Blue. Blue is the mixing engineer on that who actually trained me. He's the guy who taught me how to engineer.
Okay, now.
So shout out to Blue. Know what I mean? So, yeah, sonically, the album was amazing. All the songs kind of flowed. Even though she wasn't saying a lot, like if you kind of look at some of the references that she was picking up on that I didn't understand at first because I'm not very knowledgeable about certain things like Florida Water. I had no idea what the hell that was about.
I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't even listening to like
hold on, wait.
Yeah.
First of all, I haven't fully listened to the album yet, but I heard Florida Water by Solange the other night at the event with Scotty Beam and Mouse. And that shit was hard.
You like the song's called Almeida or something like that.
Yeah.
That shit was hard.
She dropped the visual for that, right?
She dropped like a visual album of most of the songs. A little bit of Almeida.
Yeah, let's listen to the little clip.
There we go.
You said you was waiting for the trap bangers. Nigga, what? This is... All right, because he said so. This is fire.
This is a vibe, but it's not my vibe, honestly.
Right, I had to hit the like...
What?
I understand the whole the concept of the song about like not being able to wash off your blackness because blackness is like pure, like a pure. It's
Man,
a part of you and all that
drop
shit
a clap for that.
All right, fine. I'll drop a clap for it because Alex said so.
I respect the hustle.
I respect it. Like that song in particular, I wasn't feeling, but like Stay Flow is my shit. And and Wait to the Show. Wait to the Show is my favorite song on the album.
Add that to my list to listen to again.
I heard it in a space that when I didn't. That was the first place I heard it. It was the day that it dropped, and I was in a vibe.
Was you sipping?
You gotta be a little bit off. You gotta be a little bit off to kind of feel that.
You heard his tone?
Word. Like you can't be fresh off the wake up and listen to this album. You gotta be in a certain. You gotta be set up in your day.
Yes,
like,
you gotta have the candles lit.
Exactly. You gotta take a bath with like eucalyptus oil or something like that, and then like okay, I'm a vibe out to this shit now.
Right.
But I was trying to listen to it like when I was driving to work, and it was also 4:00 in the morning as well. So like. I wasn't in the mood for that shit at all.
You saying this album is for the apple cider vinegar crowd?
It is, definitely. It is.
The apple cider vinegar crowd.
Put some of that. Hey, put some of that under your underarms. You never gonna have to use no deodorant. Just put the apple. Nigga, yo, they be using apple cider vinegar. That shit stink worse. That shit stink more than the motherfucking must. I'd rather have must on me. Stinky.
Hey, yo.
Oh, stink.
Nah, bro.
Oh, stink ass.
I cannot.
I definitely want to sit with the album a little bit more and kind of see if it evolves and if it changes. It has been evolving and like growing on me a little bit. So maybe after a couple more listens, I might actually like it after like a week or two or so. You know, some albums are like meant to be like absorbed differently.
Yeah.
Like some albums you just play, you just kind of bang it out. It's like okay, this is cool.
For sure.
You grab your singles, but this one's kind of like I feel like Damn, because I also had the same thing with Damn. When I first heard it, I wasn't in love with it.
Same.
I thought it was cool, but then like as I started listening to it again, but then when I heard it backwards, I loved it. I love that shit so much. So I'm gonna sit with it a little bit and see what's up. But moving on, another artist that came out with a release last week was 2 Chainz.
True.
2 Chainz is definitely a vet in the game, but for his latest album, he definitely enlisted the help from a vet from a completely different game. NBA superstar LeBron James has famously took on the role of A&R for 2 Chainz's latest project titled Rap or Go to the League. Now, LeBron has been trying to make moves in the music industry for a while now, and maybe that's where his focus is because it damn sure ain't on the court. Lakers is looking like caca right now. So my question is...
You a ball fan?
Not as much as I used to be, but I recognize when the fucking Lakers are doing terrible.
Okay. But wait, hold up. Didn't LeBron like surpass MJ?
He did. He just surpassed MJ. I think he's number 3 as far as the most points.
Did you see the stat line?
Let's get a clap for that.
All right, give him a clap for that.
Even though you don't fuck with the Lakers right now, but
that's sad because I was a hardcore Laker fan like back when I used to watch sports. So seeing him like kind of evolve out of the game, it's like shit, bro. You had to do this on LA. You couldn't just do this in Cleveland or do some other shit. But what are you saying? I'm
sorry. Let me just go back. This is a major point that the documentary didn't bring up about the Michael shit. I'm sorry. Listen. No, it's
pressing on you. Okay.
Yes.
No, it's really pressing on me because I said it lightly and I felt like it was taken lightly, right?
Okay.
This is a proven fact. This is a proven fact. Michael Jackson's niece and the star Wade Robinson were dating for many of years. Her name is Brandy Jackson. She's related to Michael Jackson. That's somebody that literally raised her whole life.
Wow.
Like, she stayed in the ranch as a kid with Wade Robinson. They left her out of the complete documentary.
Wow.
You know why? She said everything he's saying is a lie.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is a main fact. She had a long-term relationship with Wade Robinson. They grew up in the house together with Michael. They all stayed together.
It's very convenient that they left that shit out.
They left her out. And
Yeah.
she got cheated on by Robinson with Britney Spears during the Justin Timberlake time.
She's getting messy out here.
Now, look, these are all facts that you're not going to see in a documentary.
Because they don't want you to see
That's
those
why
facts.
I said I don't believe none of that shit.
Yeah, man. You got to take everything with a grain of
Period.
salt. Like,
Look.
maybe a couple grains, because Wade's just kind of bitter. Because I wasn't feeling shit at all.
The nigga still mad he lost in the battle. Like, come
That nigga did
on.
lose.
Like,
That nigga trash.
Omarion, and they smoked him.
They did smoke him, yeah.
And you guys, sir, he's still mad about that shit.
I think as a journalist, is you have to be ethical. If you're gonna bring out a point, bring out all the points. Don't just. A lot of journalists sometimes, and in journalism, there's always gonna be framing questions. You want people to say what you're gonna say, but don't have framing people and then leave out the complete frame. You know, you could put a filter on it, but don't crop everything.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you're trying to push a narrative. Because of course they want Michael to be seen as a bad guy. So of course they're not gonna let too much good be like shone on him.
I can't speak on what Michael was. I can speak on the art, but one thing I can speak on, they're not telling the complete story. They're not saying Brandy Jackson's name, who was in a long-time relationship with Wade Robinson. They're not talking about how she had denounced every word that he was saying. She's not talking about how she and her friend and also another close friend of him said that he told them that he was going to make it this complete lie and he needed support. And they literally went on live and said, look, before this documentary comes out, this was told to me by him, and he needs to get a bag.
And speaking of the bag, I think I read an article too that Wade actually sued the Michael Jackson estate in like 2015, 2016 for like $1.62 billion.
Wow.
Dollars.
Okay.
So clearly it's
He's
for the
trying
bag.
to get a bag.
Yeah.
All right.
He was suing for like damages. What damages?
1.62 billion.
1.62. I think it's like 2016. 1.62 billion from the estate.
And if you want to hear a story that actually goes against it, you can go to Free Speech Broadcasting on SoundCloud, and it has an exclusive interview with the former girlfriend and with Michael Jackson's niece that also stayed at the same time. Every time that he was there, that's how they even became involved with each other. But every time that he was there, she was there. So you can also look that up at Free Speech Broadcasting, and they have an exclusive story with Brandy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the nanny also said, his previous nanny said that all that was a lie.
Damn.
So yeah, lie.
That's crazy. But getting back to the 2 Chainz, what do you guys think? Did LeBron successfully A&R his first project?
Shout out to Not For Sale podcast. Shout out to Not For Sale podcast.
Yeah, 'cause we definitely talked about it there, and I was like, I don't want to hear anything about this A&R project. But now I'm like, Bron, okay. Bron is 1 for 1.
No, put the
Bron
footage
is 1
up
for
in the
1.
post.
I'm not putting
put the footage up
I'm
in
not
the
looking.
post.
I'm not searching through it.
He
Nope.
said Bron was not an A&R. He said Bron.
You said that it's in the podcast?
I did. I said it.
This is
Yeah.
on- yes. He said Bron is not an A&R. Bron doesn't have an ear. Bron is just a fan of whatever.
I didn't say
hot.
all that. I just said I don't want to hear what Bron has to say
Tempa
about. That's all I said. That's what I said.
Wait a
but
minute.
now I'm eating my words. I said, yo, this project's actually. I love this project.
I
honestly.
haven't listened to the whole album. I've only heard 2
Bron
songs.
A&R
Whip
forever.
and Mama I Hit a Lick. It's like, not Playboy Cardi. Mama I Hit a Lick. I don't know who's on it, but I heard those 2 songs. And it's not bad. I like it.
The project is actually like really dope. Like 2 Chainz is still in rare form. He's still spitting the same way he was when he came in the game. I feel like he didn't lose a beat. Like he was on his like introspective shit. He was on his trappy trap shit, and it's just like he still got those crazy bars that only 2 Chainz could get off. Like I'm rare, like Mr. Clean with hair. Like, he's the only nigga that can say some shit like that.
Damn, I need to listen back to the pod and see what you said. Because now I'm like curious as to what you said.
Oh man, so A&R Bron, I might be looking out for him. I might be.
Yo.
Okay.
A lot of people are. This is something I took from Tariq Nasheed, and he was like, a lot of people. I know I keep going back on the old things because it's I'm on my Simone. Hold on.
Alex is vexed.
Nah, look, I'm on my Simone week 3.
Yo, week 3, I was heated. Go ahead.
What you said?
Go ahead.
So wait, no, you're not gonna get off that easy.
No.
Why is
you
right in jail?
Right. I'm like, no, we're not moving on. No, go ahead. Talk your shit, Alex.
So we're not. Hold on. No, you're gonna answer the question. No, you're not moving on.
Okay.
This is from Tariq Nasheed. This is an open quote. Did some black people genuinely get delayed over outrage from R. Kelly's antics, or are they really consciously or subconsciously helping the dominant society protect white sexual predators? Where's Woody Allen? Oh, he's winning awards. Hold on, let me... Wait, where's Harvey Weinstein? Oh, he still got his movie on Netflix. Oh, where's the director of Green Book? Oh, wait, he just went to the awards and held up 2 awards.
Yeah.
Look.
Well, that's a new one? That's a new one?
Yo, where they at?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Look.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you.
We can put the poster child for the Bill Cosby that could automatically go to jail in like
Facts.
Right.
in a couple months. We could put the poster child for R. Kelly. We could put the poster child for XXXTentacion, but where they at?
Right.
Where's their music getting pulled down? Where's Johnny Depp's music videos getting pulled down after his domestic violence disputes over a 20-year period?
Yeah.
I'm saying you gotta also take into account, yes, everything is wrong, but where they at? Where are they showing their problems at? Where are they showing their mess ups at?
Yeah. Nick
Why is
Cannon
there-
said that too. He said, "Where's surviving Harvey Weinstein?"
Where are their news stories at? That shit was hot for a day.
Yeah.
Very true.
Where that
bro.
shit at now? Keep that same fucking energy.
I feel you, my nigga.
It's me 2 and me 3, motherfucker.
I'm gonna get back to the hand clap
That's
for that
real.
shit. Hold on. You got your shit off. He let it off.
He
just
let it
then.
off.
He let it
this
off
week,
just
right.
now.
Episode 6,
Facts.
Alex let it off.
Get into the bag. But getting back to the music, before we get into the most listen-worthy tracks for the week, I want to talk about a few honorable mentions. These are songs that I liked, but they didn't really like move me fully, but I feel like they should get some kind of recognition.
Okay.
Khalid came out with a track called My Bad. Tierra Whack also came out with a track. That one is called Gloria. Shout out to Tierra Whack. She's mad dope and underrated. And lastly, we have Lion Babe. Lion Babe, that's Vanessa Williams' daughter, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yes. And she has a song called Western World featuring Raekwon the Chef. That was a very
What?
interesting mix of those two.
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Yeah, definitely check those out. So let's get into the most listen-worthy tracks of the week.
shit.
What's that? What you looking
Lion
at?
Baby.
Oh, you looking at her?
Bad.
Yeah, she's bad. She's
She
bad as
look
hell.
like Vanessa Williams.
She does.
All right, now go back to the...
I cannot.
I'm gonna look at this.
Word.
Yo.
He's really like, yo, look at this.
You look at her too? Okay.
Lord have mercy.
All right, now go back.
Go ahead,
Look what I
Tab.
started.
Go ahead.
All right,
Tab.
so getting back to the most listen-worthy tracks of this week. Again, it was a really slow week for music, but there was one album in particular that I was really excited about, and that is Sugar by Kyle Dion. For those of you guys who don't know, he's a relatively unknown artist, despite the fact that he's been getting a lot of praise on the Joe Budden podcast. He's made their sleeper selection probably like multiple times. Every song I think he's ever put out for this album has been one of their sleeper picks.
Okay.
He's exciting. He's extremely talented vocally. He's amazing, and he didn't disappoint with this album. The whole album I feel like is listen worthy, but I think the 2 tracks that I want to highlight in particular are Hands to Myself and No Strings, because I think those 2 songs perfectly encapsulate the kind of artist that Kyle Dion is, because he has a very 70s, 80s kind of Princey vibe to him. Like he has like very bouncy melodies and everything's very melodic. And he's an artist who really knows his voice really well. So he can do those playful melodies like on Hands to Myself. And he has the kind of voice that can deliver a powerful performance on like a very stripped down track like No Strings. And he really has like really good control. And he has like that very high kind of falsetto-y kind of voice. Like check him out, man. I can't talk about Kyle Dion enough.
Yeah.
Like he's just super dope. He's definitely one of the artists that I'm looking forward to. And I was looking forward to. I don't know if he's gonna drop again, but he was one of my artists to watch in 2019. So
Wow, I didn't even know he was still making music, because I have heard of him before. He made a song with Kehlani. It's called like How We Do It, and they sample like Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It. So I heard that, but I didn't know he came like he was still out here in
Definitely.
these streets. Okay.
Oh, now he's out here, man. So if you guys want to check out those 2 songs that I was talking about, I do have a most listen-worthy playlist, something that I've been working on for the past 2 months. Like the same thing I'm doing for this segment, I just go through all the brand new music that comes out, and I highlight all the songs that I think are dope. So all the new songs are going to be updated weekly and right at the top of the playlist. So if you want to check that out, type most listen-worthy in on Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal. Or to make it even easier, if you follow me on Instagram, just click the link in my bio, boom, right there for you. You can click on that one or check out one of the other playlists that I have that's available, you know? Shout your boy out, you know?
Okay.
Share it with your friends, share it with your family.
How to Catch a Vibe.
And all that shit.
What you said, episode
Definitely
1?
How to Catch a Vibe.
Episode
yeah,
1, How to Catch a Vibe.
Nah, me. But, talking about artists to watch in 2019, you know, we are in March.
Yes.
This is normally the time where record labels start gearing up for the summer releases. You start hearing about announcements for certain albums and stuff. We already have a handful of artists that we know are going to drop in 2019. So I want to know what you guys think as far as like what you're looking forward to hearing from in 2019. You have any artists that you're really excited about?
I want to hear Rihanna. It's been a drought, and I'm upset.
Word. Stop working on that fucking
Rihanna,
makeup.
let's go.
She want to do everything except sing a damn song.
Yes, I need some music from her right now.
Definitely.
So definitely Rihanna. And there's somebody else who's not that mainstream, but I was just telling you about this too. This is guy, his name is Fiji McIntosh.
Yeah, she was just playing
his
some
shit
songs.
is fire.
Yes.
And he's underrated. So I want to see him pop this summer.
No, I definitely
Honorable
agree.
mention for the week, man. I felt like this person had to be mentioned. I'm on their ass today, man. I told these boys, I told y'all about 3 weeks ago, the baby was about to pop.
Nah, you was right
baby,
about
you
that,
been
bro.
telling us
You was
about
you was
him.
right about
Yo,
you was right about that.
I
Yo.
wasn't trying to hear it.
You heard the album?
Yeah, I heard the album,
heard
bro.
the
That shit was
Babysitter
dope.
song.
Fucking fire.
Nah, a babysitter is fucking fire.
Fire.
Bro. That shit is fire. That whole album is fire.
Offset really rapped on that.
He
like,
did.
Rap, right? He lit a nat. I was like, oh, okay. I can do that.
Yes.
Yo, Carpet Burn, like, that did not disappoint. And he's from the South, but he still really raps.
Exactly.
He has melodic flows.
I'm on their ass today.
The videos are comedic. Did you see Shook?
I didn't see
No.
that one, no.
I try to put y'all on.
Nah, he did.
You
like,
did put us on. I
literally-
can't front.
Yeah, literally after episode 4, Alex was here playing us all these songs from the baby. We wasn't trying to hear it.
I was
but-
like, what? Get this shit
Word.
up out of here.
But after I actually listened, I was like, wait, this nigga kind of dope.
Yeah,
Hold
it
the fuck
is.
up.
Different.
Yeah, I like it. I
and
like
then,
it.
Then the album dropped, I was like,
I stand corrected.
I was like,
I said, look.
this nigga fire.
I said, look, he got an album done. He about to get a label deal. In 2-3 weeks, y'all about to be like, oh, all
It was
right.
like, yeah, all right.
Word.
You
Did
was right,
wait?
though.
Did you end up going to the
I went.
the baby release party? Right.
I went.
Yeah. How was that?
The way that I even found out about homie, I known about him since last year. My man did South by Southwest and opened up for him.
Oh.
He was like, they had a beef. They had a beef at the entry. And he was like, he called my brother. He was like, yo, I'm about to get into it with some niggas out here, but there's 30 of them and there's 3 of us. I said, hey. He said, my brother said, he told him, hey, leave that one alone. And luckily he did, because, you know, the baby don't play.
Facts. He looked like he
Nah,
looked like the kind of
he
nigga
caught
that
a
don't
couple
play.
bodies, you know?
Did he?
It's Googleable.
It's Google.
Google. That's
I love his phrase.
It's Googleable, but I'm happy he didn't. But outside of that, when he left the show after that, he was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga's nice. And, you know, niggas is haters. They ain't gonna say that about us.
Hey, exactly.
Right.
He said, yo, I can't even front that nigga is nice.
Wow.
So when he came back home, he played some videos. And the first video I saw was, I'm on that ass today. I'm going to pick me up a bag today.
Shut the fuck up, do what Daddy said. Yep.
Okay. No,
Nah,
now you
I'm
know
listening.
it.
I'm
Now she know the words now. 2 weeks ago, she didn't know who this nigga was.
I was like, fuck out of here with that bullshit. Now I'm listening. Yeah.
What about J. Cole? You know, he's making his little run. He's trying to show
The
that
joint with
When is his
Offset?
album?
Yeah.
He has an album dropping?
he has an album dropping
He
this
set
year.
a goal. He said, yo,
Yes.
I'm going to kill all these little kids on their records this year.
Middle
Exactly.
Child. Middle
Yeah.
Child is a bop.
Hey, the joint with Offset, it was cool.
Yeah, it was.
A lot was cool.
I want to hear what he has to say on this album, because like Middle Child didn't really move me as much as everybody else. But I want to hear what else. I feel like it was the beat choice, because like it was a
He
T
hasn't done
minus
something
beat,
like that.
and like T minus has been gone for a minute, and like it sound like it's the same beats that he's been making since before he left. So I'm just like,
It sounded like an anthem.
it does sound like an anthem, but like an old anthem. Like he made it on like Fruity Loop 7 or some shit like that. You know, like update your sound,
I didn't
bro.
feel that.
I can't.
I don't agree with that.
I didn't.
I liked it.
I wasn't
liked
rocking with it, man.
I liked it because that's a sound from Cole that I haven't heard in such a long time.
Yes.
That was an Illuminati sound. That was
Niggas
a yo.
making me out.
Not even he's melody, he's flows. Don't get me wrong. I like conscious Cole. I like it's conscious. I'm sending shots, and I love braggadocious Cole.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What? I love braggadocious Cole,
It won't
man.
even
Facts.
clout. It won't be
I want
big.
I want some like false prophet type tracks. Like
Okay.
that shit was hard.
That's
like the way
real.
he was coming at Kanye's head, he was coming at Wale's head.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit I was expecting. So when I got like False Prophets versus Middle Child, it's like, nah, I gotta go with False Prophets, bro.
Man, fuck.
But I
all
still want to
that.
hear. I still want to hear what he has to do. What he has to say.
Chris Tucker, money talk, motherfucker. I want that braggy shit.
Word. Also, Ty Dolla $ign is rumored to be dropping this year after all
Dolla
that little
$ign.
trouble that he was going through. I'm looking forward. Yo, Ty. might be one of the illest R&B artists in the game
Yeah, I've
right
been saying
now.
this forever, and everybody like,
Free TC.
Free TC is fire.
So slept on.
Nah, that was the album where I was like, yo,
this nigga
Ty is here.
Yeah.
Especially all them tracks that he did with his brother.
The shit. When he was in jail, he recorded that over the phone.
I forgot.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, that shit.
Hey.
That shit was fire. And there was another one he did on another album. That shit, a million worse.
Yes.
Before it's getting better. Yo, that shit is so fire. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Ty Dolla $ign has to do. Also, surprisingly to me, Cardi B is supposed to be dropping an album again this year after she just dropped last year.
Meek is dropping one this year too.
Is Meek dropping this year?
They better be on the same level as championships. I know that.
Actually, yeah. Because, like, what other reason would James Harden be playing that snippet for? 'Cause that snippet was hard.
Hey.
I'm not even going to front. So he was talking his shit.
Yeah.
You felt that?
I was feeling that,
I
bro.
know you did.
I was feeling that shit.
He didn't he use a phrase? This is beyond me from Ha Ha Davis.
Probably. Probably.
I
Look
think he
at
did
Ha
use-
Davis coming up, man.
Yeah.
Nah, that nigga's funny as hell. But do you think it's too soon for Cardi B or Meek Mill to be coming out with albums, considering that they Meek just dropped like a couple months ago?
I think if his delivery is on point, then it's not too late. But just don't come on no whack shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say because I hate when artists like produce too much.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you kind of get that moment where it's like, okay, you take all this time because like Meek went through so much shit, and that's what kind of birthed the whole Championships album. But like now it's like, what are you gonna be talking about now?
Right.
Let's go back to that. You know, I think that was a little bit slept on.
What?
Championships?
No, that fucking snippet. That shot.
Oh,
that
no,
shot at Nicki.
No, supposedly a shot at Nicki.
This shit beyond me. You was supposed to be my Beyonce, now you this nigga fiance? What?
Hold on.
Wait.
This is beyond me, Ha Ha Davis.
What he said? This shit beyond me.
Word.
You supposed to be my Beyonce. Now you some other nigga fiance. Run that back.
Is she engaged? She's not
You
engaged.
supposed to be my
Nah, I don't think so.
Beyonce, now you this nigga fiance? What? Fuck you mean you feel a connection?
Word.
He listen to you. What? This nigga with Balenciaga
With bootcut jeans,
This
nigga.
nigga wear Balenciagas with bootcut jeans, nigga.
That's crazy. Wow.
Hey, yo, call my fucking phone back, yo. Every time you post
Yo.
How y'all
Wait,
know
hold
what's
on. The
about
beat,
her,
son,
though?
the beat. Yo, you can't stop that shit. That beat dropped. That shit was fire, my nigga.
Okay,
Let that shit rock.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
What the fuck, you losing your mind? Hey, yo, call my fucking phone back, yo. Every time you post this nigga want to smoke this nigga. We just broke up last year. How you know this nigga? You was cheating on me? You was creeping on me? See you tweet and say you felt the way that Chloe feeling. Man, fuck all that. You with this bum ass nigga, he ain't up like that. Real nigga to a weirdo, he ain't cut like that. 12 rounds in that pussy, he don't fuck like that.
Hold on.
I don't think I heard the extended version.
Yo. Oh.
Wow.
He smoked. Can I get some hand claps? Can I get some bombs?
Yo, he smoked that shit,
He
son.
wears Balenciagas with bootcut jeans. That's where he got me. I felt that.
He smoked that track, bro. Smoked that shit.
What, you was cheating on me?
Yo.
Y'all in y'all feelings.
That nigga
tonight.
Meek. I actually I want to hear a Meek album this year now. After hearing that shit again, shit, man. Oh man.
Dang.
All right.
What, you was cheating? Who you think he talking about?
Maybe,
I don't know.
Is she engaged?
We was together last year. You got a new nigga?
He
What, you
had
was
mad
cheating on me?
girls besides after Nicki. After Nicki, he had mad shorties, mad
Name
bartenders.
One. Name one.
We don't know.
I'm
them.
not about to do that.
Some badass
I
Dominican
know
bitches.
them.
That's what I know.
I'm not about to do that though. He had mad women after Nicki.
What, you was cheating on me?
I don't think it's Nicki.
Facts.
I don't think it's Nicki.
Also, Childish is supposedly, I'm thinking he's dropping this year, honestly. He's been waiting a while. Like, he's working on his shows, and now it seems like there's like a little bit of downtime. He's headlining Broccoli Fest and Coachella.
Yes.
So I think that's definitely a sign that he's dropping this year. Do you guys want to hear another Childish album?
I do.
I love Childish Gambino, mate. You not with it?
I don't. Honestly, people gonna kill me for this on social.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna kill you for
I
this.
don't think I'm that like familiar with his catalog to be like, oh yeah, I'm ready for his hot shit. Like,
What?
I feel like people don't know that. Like, okay, like Childish has this fan base now that
from
loves
This Is America.
from This Is America, from Redbone, but they don't know about the camp.
Word.
They don't know
Right.
about the like.
I only know Redbone.
The first people I ever
Yeah.
heard listening when nobody was a fan of Childish was my brother DJ and my brother Kwame. Yo, you gotta listen to Childish.
Word, you gotta hit his Bonfire track. This shit's fire. Bonfire was lit, my nigga.
This nigga, he like, I know too, motherfucker.
Shout out Kwame in the building.
I was on camp for a minute.
Shout out Kwame in the building. Facts.
But seeing his evolution as an artist, because like he was doing like this kind of like black kid in a white city kind of rap, you know, he like backpack rap, and then he evolved into like this very 70s inspired, like bluesy, jazzy kind of shit. His vocals, y'all
gonna have to send me some old shit so I could be hip.
Hey.
I'm definitely gonna send you some shit because he's definitely dope.
Okay.
And my sleeper pick for this year, honestly, I'm thinking Lil Wayne is gonna make a comeback in 2019.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He's been dropping some fire.
You heard the shit that he did on Lil Pump song?
Yes.
Nigga, that's his song.
Yo.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to hear Lil Pump on that song whatsoever.
You heard that shit, Kwame?
That shit was fire.
Everybody talking about that like, yo, Wayne, that's Wayne's song. You ain't hear that shit?
Facts.
Lil
No.
Pump?
No.
Lil Pump,
OD'd. He
Lil
OD'd
Pump
on
basically tried to remake Slim Shady. Like, I'm Slim Shady. The video, everything. He really didn't accomplish that.
Nah, man.
But Lil Wayne?
When the beat dropped out, son, no. That nigga
Wayne,
bodied that shit.
He bodied it.
Yo, he bodied that shit.
Body bag. Zip, zip.
And on that 2 Chainz record, $2 bill, bro.
Man, y'all gotta send me
Bro,
this
he
stuff.
smoked that shit. I'm just like, yo, Wayne got some shit in the tuck.
Let me send
Okay.
it.
That nigga ready.
Somebody send me so I could be hip.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna be hip. And I forgot about this guy, Chance the Rapper. Supposedly,
yeah.
supposed to
He
be
got
dropping
married
again this
too, so
year.
congratulations
Oh yeah,
to
congratulations to Chance. Even though niggas was trying to clown him for the way that he was proposing or whatever, but nigga, propose to your girl first of all. All y'all niggas talking about this nigga proposing, y'all niggas don't even want to buy a ring for y'all shoulders.
These niggas can't even take you on a date.
Niggas proposed.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah, he proposed around his family.
Yeah.
A family event around his kids and everything.
That's beautiful.
And you getting married at the community center. You see his wedding? Stupid.
His wedding gonna be fly as fuck.
Stupid.
Word.
Stupid.
You talking about, yo, do we really gotta do this though? Like,
you know, I'm not into titles like that, you know?
I'm not. Let's go to the courthouse. Oh, man, we just lost half of our fucking followers. Nigga, I got married to I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I got married
Let
to
me
courthouse.
unfollow that right now.
I love my wife.
Hey, yup, but I bet you was right in the motherfucking shade room comments talking shit.
Exactly.
The shade don't hurt until the sun kind of burn on you.
Exactly. Oh wait, nope. Gotta bring it back because I just got a rumor that her is dropping an album this year. Y'all know how I feel about her.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw you in the front row acting like a fan.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we was all
we all went.
What? Simpleton, you ain't had your titties out like
Let me just say this. We all went to the Her concert when she came to New York. The 3 of us went. And Temp was definitely in his feelings.
Yo.
Alex, speak on it.
Son, I love her.
Hey,
man.
I was playing my position
front.
in the back.
Yo, I can't front. Like I've seen that was the 4th time I seen her, and like I will see her again and again. Like her stage presence is just amazing. Her vocals are amazing. Her arrangements are amazing. And it's just like I love the fact that she's bringing real R&B back. She's like the forefront of this new age of R&B that I really love. Like her and Daniel Caesar and a bunch of other people are really coming out and like really changing the face of R&B. Surprisingly, like because she still don't want to show her face. Gabby, we know it's you.
We know it's
Show
Gabby
your
Wilson.
face. Take the shades off.
Right.
Hold on, Temp. I feel like there was a song for you. You know what this is?
Nope.
Oh, you a groupie. You a groupie.
Oh,
you
word.
a groupie.
That's how you feeling, nigga?
Give him a boot. Give that ass a boot. That's all you got on the agenda, Temp?
That's all I got.
All right.
Her arrangements, her way her hair flows
Don't
in the
be
air.
mad.
I'm the music
because
insider,
Temp
right?
is
Yeah, let me
feeling
get my
her.
shit off.
Right.
God damn it.
Hey,
Just like you let your shit off,
Word,
let
I'm letting my
Temp
shit
let
off.
his shit off too.
Hey. I just, me, I'm a personality, but I'm a journalist first. So it's
That's
something.
your new quote?
Yeah.
I'm weak.
That's my opinion.
Okay, Alex.
Gotcha.
My opinion.
I just want to, before we close out, I just want to thank everybody for their support.
Yes.
You know, we've been
Thank
getting
you
a lot
guys
of
so
DMs,
much.
like I said, last week and the week before, and a lot of followers too. So just thank y'all so much for listening. You know, it takes a lot for you to dedicate an hour of your time. Because for me, some shit gotta be popping for me to listen to for an hour.
45, 50 minutes.
Yeah. So we
This
thank
one ran a little
everybody
bit
for their
long,
support.
you know?
Yeah, we
I was a
thank
little
everybody
worried.
so
Might
much.
chop it up.
Word. He said, cut some of the shit out.
Cut out some of that.
But listen, let me tell you something. We do appreciate all y'all love, everything that y'all do.
Yes.
Make sure y'all
Definitely.
motherfucking click YouTube though.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's get these YouTube views
Exactly.
up.
Follow,
We got visuals for
subscribe,
y'all.
all that shit, man.
And this week Simone's gonna be talking to y'all in the DM and just following through and doing everything she gotta do. So talk to Simone in the DM, motherfucker.
That's right. If you have
Facts.
any suggestions on what we should do, if you have any guests in mind you want to see on the show, definitely DM us. We're open to your suggestions as well. So. But just thank y'all for the support.
And
honestly.
if anybody's going to a her concert, hit up Temp. He already has tickets.
I'll be there.
He'll be your plus one.
I'll be there all day.
Yes.
All right, man. You already know this is the best fucking radio show in the motherfucking world.
Whoop,
Oh, wait. Let me not say radio. Podcast.
Yeah, podcast.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Nigga, radio show.
But you
nigga.
never know,
We out
manifest
here.
it.
Manifest
Manifest it.
Manifest
Oh, I love
it.
it. I love that.
All right, man. You already know what it was, man. It's the Let It Off podcast. Alex King, Templeton Wright, Simone Dixon, setting off your fucking week.
Yes.
Let's get it.